Another thing that I've seen with students over the years when they're doing practice tests with me is they get really nervous because they can't answer a question. I don't know anything about, I don't know, my favorite building. What's your favorite building? Well, I don't know, do you have a favorite building? I don't have a favorite building. So what do?
If you are given a topic that you do struggle with, then you can rephrase the question. Say this afternoon I've been asked to talk about the favourite car. My favourite car, if I could buy any vehicle or motorcycle, what car would I buy? I'm very sorry to say I have no interest whatsoever in motor vehicles. Hong Kong, we have a very good mass transit system. Public transport is very efficient, convenient and cheap. Most of us do not know a lot about cars. In this situation, I would like to, because I cannot talk about cars, I'd perhaps like to talk about mountain bikes. It's another way of commuting. More people perhaps that I know would use a mountain bike to commute to work. So you could turn it around that way. But you must actually introduce the topic and turn it around with your own language. You cannot simply say, I've been asked to talk about a vehicle, so I'm going to talk about a mountain bike, because the examiner may assume that you're confusing the vocabulary. And you can say, as I say, I don't know a lot about it, but I would assume this, or I would assume that. My sister is interested in this area. I think she would have more information. I think what probably she would say is this. But try to say something. If you do say something and it's indirect or from a third party or a related subject, you may lose some marks from not being totally relevant, but you'll get more marks than if you just say, I don't know. I don't know would be the worst possible answer, or total silence.
The questions on the speaking test are things that they all look like something that we could answer from personal experience. Yes, we have to expand on them. Yes, we have to talk about something that might happen in the future, or we might have to speculate on changes that are going to happen around us in some immediate time. But I think that everything in the test, every question that's being asked, we can draw upon our own experience.
What makes a good restaurant for you? Then you can start off in general terms. I think a good restaurant, I think one of the most important things is location and the atmosphere and the environment. Well, for many people, general terms is more difficult than specific terms. And then after you give general information, atmosphere is important. I think one particular restaurant that is very good, that I find a good restaurant, is in the park. You have a lake, you have a pool, you have waterfalls. This helps to create a very comfortable, natural, enjoyable environment for eating. There also you have a good selection of food. It's not too expensive.
My favorite building? Well, it's blue, and when it's closed, it's got these metal shutters that come down, and the shutters have little air holes on them, I suppose for circulation within the building itself. It's a very vivid blue color. The building it's an old structure. It doesn't have a lot of decoration to it, but the color of it is what's amazing to me. When I see the color of that building, I think of the sky in Greece when I went on holiday when I was 15 years old. I think of the water in the Mediterranean. I'm just describing the building that I saw on my walk over here to this location today. So I don't have a favorite building. And what I did was I took something that I saw and I related it to something from my past, and I put the two of them together. That's the kind of thing I think candidates should be thinking about. They should be thinking about their whole life experience and how they can fit something that they've done at some point in their life to answer that question.